the NCAA tournament 2022. Second straight year they've been in the NIT. As the entry pass is stolen, Linhart skips it, and Toolson lays it in. Tyrone Riley, and it's a second chance bucket for the freshman.
What an athlete, what an offensive rebound right there. A simple layup, elevating to get that rebound.
7.7 boards for Tyrone Riley this first half. Welling off the bounce, skips it to Toolson, and he wraps it in, plus the foul.
We talked about the transition offense for Utah Valley being an important part of this game, and San Francisco, especially in the second half, has done a nice job of walling up and not fouling in transition.
Carter Welling for three. Tanner Toolson. And what a hustle play by Tanner Toolson. Caleb Shaw is the coach's nephew, the assistant coach's son. And here comes Nelson. Toolson's left alone. Tanner Toolson continues a total
plays, effective plays.
A 10-point lead. And you feel like this is a crucial part of the game for Utah Valley.
It really is.
Toolson has been a go-man. Toolson off the screen. Tough three by Tanner Toolson.
It was really a defining moment for them.
Tool, great catch and finish. And Tanner Toolson. By design, trying to get Toolson the ball again. The left-hand finish. Toolson has
both teams are experienced. Both teams are really good. Whoever can really capitalize it, use the emotion to their advantage, but not go overboard and get out of control.
Toolson spinning inside. Tanner Toolson. Toolson defended well by Cole. Now Toolson left alone. And Tanner Toolson again. Toolson again. The three is good by Tanner Toolson. He's it in. And that should probably seal it for Grand Canyon. Toolson again for three. And then a foul.
More Robert Felder, our officials tonight. We're ready to rock from the Orleans Arena. Utah Valley wins the tip. Expected to be the tighter of the two games tonight. Utah Valley just a slight favorite as the #1 seed.
Utah Valley doing a great job of getting the ball to the strong side, the weak side, and down the lane.
And Tanner Toolson starts.
Of NCAA tournament, can't be nervous. This is what they've done their whole life. It's basketball.
Now Toolson, the vet, gets the takeaway. Behind the back dribble, all the way, Tanner. But there's a difference between playing slow and playing passive.
Right, you want to be opportunistic. A couple of times I've thought in my mind and didn't say, why aren't they pushing it? You know, you're not a fast break team.
Oh, Toolson! Out of that, ISO for Williamson. Here comes the double. Nobody to help, and his push shot is too strong off the rim. Welling the rebound. Utah Valley can smell blood in the water right now. All the momentum, the rhythm on offense. Potter,
great defense.
Toolson got the three off the screen. Wolverines can go 2 for 1. Three, Welling, short, the follow. Toolson is there. What a half Tanner Toolson. Moncrief can't get it to him. Moncrief off the dribble, blocked. Welling saves it underneath. Wolverines in transition. Grady, the pass. Toolson, the finish. It's a game this year, Dan. While his teammate Moncrief drives hard, Dan tips it out. Loose, picked up. Utah Valley. Toolson. Look at him race forward. All the way. No. Potter. And we get a whistle before. Off.
Well, remember, Utah Tech wasn't invited last year, so it's a privilege to be here.
And we are underway. It is Utah Valley. Not the favorites to win this tournament, even though they're the #1 seed, as they work it to the Las Vegas native Osiris Grady to start out. Tanner Toolson will be featured heavily tonight as he bodies his way in. And a chance to push. Angular finish, not there.
But they just have had a couple of those drives. They just haven't been able to finish, get it up and over the rim.
Extra pass, Toolson for 3. Right now.
They're on life support.
Gonzalez has his pocket pick. There's Lenhart again. 2-on-1. The lob and the finish by Toolson.
It's the game of basketball. She knows this conference by the back of her hand. This conference is in great shape with her leading the way.
We'll talk with Rebecca later as we're underway. Nice back door. And how about that start for the Bird? Down to 4. Gonzalez, the step back 3. Not this time. Welling the rebound. Bodies all over the place in the paint.
Both teams with back-to-back high-level defensive possessions.
UVU content to bleed a little clock as they lead by 16. Under 6 to go for the top seed in the conference. Lenhart, 5 to shoot. On the pull-up, kick out, 3 from the logo. Toolson drills it.
Loving the effort and energy on defense right now for the Texans.
Welling another three-pointer. That's no good. Grady with it down low, has it blocked in the tip-in. Nice job.
Alluding to it earlier, that referees will let them play. What almost always happens when you let them play is that things get chippy and contentious.
There's a nice inbound right there. Inside. Hicks up and blocked. I think that was blocked by both Holcomb and Linehart.
Yeah, you go up amongst the trees, boy. They got plenty of guys in there that can block it.
Auburn sitting up top. Duke, Houston, and Tennessee there.
And Auburn lost in overtime to Alabama.
Yeah, no.
Betty all their first 2 tonight.
A quick start. They did this at UTA, but during this streak, ACU has started out really quick every game.
As right back coming the other direction. They lead the conference in field goal percentage at 47. It's about defense for the Wildcats as they lead the country in steals per game. Toolson another.
It's been transition, points off turnovers for ACU, and transition defense, which we're going to see a lot of tonight.
Your keys to the game brought to you, driven by your Greater Texas, and a whole array of players with 2 points. Welling will pull a deep 3 top of the key, trying to get a foul, but a tip.
They have 2 guys. UVU has 2 guys in there. ACU, what they have, well, they had a whole team in there.
Betty All's the one who tapped it out. Toolson, tough shot, gets it to go.
That's a good shot.
Hakeem Byrd for 3. Trailblazers starting off 1 for 4.
The good thing is they're getting shots within the offense.
Toolson, that's what he does best, Tanner.
I mean, they're playing like a team that can just smell that conference championship, right? They're hungry for it. They want it. You can see they come in tonight in this Burns Arena rivalry game, focused, ready to go, and that's led to a 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Justin Beaker comes in for Utah Tech as Toolson tries another 3, and he got another one. He went a 4-game stretch where he was 1 for 20 shooting. He came out of that slump against Cal Baptist with 15 points. Toolson on the steal. And up and in. And Beaker with a couple of quick buckets off the bench. He has 5. Approaching the halfway point here in the first half. Gone by quickly. That's Ethan Potter, picked up by Riley. Kylan Green, number 3, checks in. 1 on the shot clock. At the horn, 3-pointer. Trailblazers 5 and 4 here in Burns Arena. Utah Tech, even though they're 10-1 in conference play, 10-0 at home, they're 7-6 on the road. However, they won 6 of their last 7 road games. Wolverines, Gonzalez, Owana, Riley, Aribi, and Bird. And here we go, overtime in Burns Arena.
Good ball movement by Utah Valley.
Toolson 3. Oh, that's a dagger right there. Team Nelson coming along the baseline. Lenhart skips it over in the right corner. 3-ball Toolson. Yes, sir. No question about that. There we go. Final 50 seconds of overtime. We're tied at 77.
It's the team that gets stops is going to win this game.
Carter Welling falls down. 8 on the shot clock. 7, 6. Nelson. Toolson's got to hurry. 4. Puts up the shot. Oh, what a play. Tanner Toolson.
It's for Dom Ford, but getting down low as well, those emphatic dunks.
Grady bullets it underneath. There is Toolson.
Rebound. So they tried to go back through the double team. Utah Valley gets the turnover with a jump ball.
Toolson pops for 3.
I think it's a tough call, but you also can feel Utah Valley a bucket away from getting the momentum, trying to get your defensive prowess back out there.
Toolson snaps the...
As well, starting to play more consistently, including last time out, getting in double digits and scoring.
Lenhard to trigger. Toolson weaves, hangs, and puts Utah Valley back. Lamine and Langston for Rob Jeter. Jackson gets all the way to the hoop, took some contact, but no foul. Welling is trapped underneath, and the Wolverines looking to run. Here comes Toolson, fakes the pass, and finishes with a offhand.
Those 4 fouls.
Ford looking for a bucket. Hits the side of the backboard. Green whips it up ahead to Nelson. Wolverines just looking to continuously be out in transition. Toolson is all alone for 3. Bullseye.
And it's going to go the other way.
Holcomb inbounds to Leonard. Lenhart. 9-8 Utah Valley with the 1-point lead. And Trevin kicks out to Tanner Toolson for 3. And he turns that ball over. Now Kylan Green with his head on a swivel looking for some help. Cross-court pass, Toolson, same spot as last time, same result. Good ball movement at the top of the key. And Green got his hands on it. Now Welling comes away with it. Welling pulls back. Utah Valley 1 for their last 7 offensively. Nelson passed up a good clear lane. Now Nelson thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, step back, kick out. Toolson wide open for 3. Got it! 7 on the clock. 6, 5, up and under, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Potter and Utah Valley. Here comes Dom Nelson. Alley-oop to Toolson. Oh, baby!
Big shot from Nick Crass.
Nick Crass said, yeah, you know, I got game too.
And that would put a damper on the crowd celebrating still that alley-oop. Toolson wants a three. He's feeling it right now, man. Mpaka drives and misses. Aiden Welling. Tanner Toolson wants a couple more, and he gets them.
Great feet.
Quick three from the corner. Again, missing from UTA. Here comes Tanner Toolson. Dom Nelson was calling for it. Toolson going to take it all the way.
Job. I mean, pushing that basketball and taking advantage of the defense not being in position. Great job by Utah Valley.
53-34. Make that 55-34. Tanner Toolson.
Foul, but he kept playing, and that's a great job and a good indicator of a guy who's probably going to make some money playing this game. Is where he makes it doesn't matter.
So that is a double-double for Lance Ware tonight. And Tanner Toolson responds.
So I'm going to assume they're down in southern Utah, probably getting some
reps
work.
in.
Yeah, some reps and some work. Maybe a scrimmage down there. Getting ready to start their year, but they've been great fans here for Utah Valley.
Toolson from the top of the key. He's made 4 of the last 4. And Ware causes another a turnover for UTA to Utah Valley. Dom Nelson cross-court pass. Toolson for 3. And Toolson buries that one.
Near the feet of the big man, not a well-liked. Turning around, popping, front iron, pulled down by the Wolverines on the run. Takes, looks right. Toolson, bam.
Here's everything, explodes down lane. A lot of contact, no call, quickly ahead. Tanner Toolson, he rises up and lays it up.
Knock down threes like that.
Dawson stops on a dime but blocked. Throw it up, Toolson, he lays it up.
2 of 4, 2 of 5.
Yep. Oh, they dared each other, right? Little weave there. They get it to Toolson, who's the reigning WAC player of the week. Good spin move there on Martell Williams. Perfect 5-0 as we play here on January the 23rd. In the middle of the standings is California Baptist here on Star Wars night. And Utah Valley has won 4 road games on the season, 1 in conference play. That's been very hard to do in the WAC. Only 2 other teams have 1 road win. Defender flies by, 3 on the way, and the friendly bounce from the outside. They're 2 of 5, 40%. Toolson missed front iron, gets it back, drives in, and scores the bucket. 4 points in the paint for CBU. Williams has 8.
Right off the flex screen. I like that. Toolson comes off the flex screen.
Grady into Toolson. He turns and count it.
His defender and almost underneath the basket. You become non-guardable if you can get your post position that far deep.
Catch and shoot 3 by Tanner
Valley. You've got to try to lock down a couple of guys that put up pretty good numbers. You've got Noah Gonzalez, the senior out of Lehigh, Utah, played right up the street at Lehigh High School. Played for my good friend up there. And he's now a senior. Can't believe it. And then Beon Riley, transfer from Hawaii. And there's the starters for Utah Valley. Dominic Nelson, Tanner Toolson. Have I been quiet?
He's telling me to shut up.
Well, Bird, a guy right now that's playing extremely well.
Toolson for 3. Oh, all around the cylinder. Perfect 3 of 3 from the floor. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Toolson for 3 in the corner. Good work from our camera crew. Oh, what a steal. Oh, Tanner Toolson. Kicks it back out. Toolson, oh, nice move with the drive. Oh, that would have been something special. Toolson instead. 3 straight. Beon Riley with the drive. He gets swatted away by Welling.
Well, the impressive part of that is he swatted it away and then took the rebound himself.
Welling. Toolson at the rack and finishes.
NCAA, but then had to make the trip out to Utah. Here's Burford, can't finish.
And Burford comes in on that sub tonight, just left it a little short.
Toolson takes it himself for the bucket. Dynamics down low. Now it'll be Ethan Potter guarding down low. Wells no good. Need to see him heat up from three-point land. Just 1 of 6 from there in the last game. Nice fake. Rules we just mentioned. Got to see him have a hot hand for the Mavericks.
And you see UTA just trying to speed up the game. Every made basket, that 1-2-2.
Potter out to Lenhart. Trevin Lenhart, the leading distributor for Utah Valley, averaging 5.3 assists per game. Jackson Holcomb. Back to Lenhart. Ware out on the perimeter.
This is great
Green
defense
picks
by
it
the
up.
Mavs.
Toolson, as the shot clock was...
That Nelson hasn't really gotten rolling, and they're still up.
Yeah.
And the Mavs at the same time haven't gotten their three-point shooting rolling, and they're only down by Utah Valley. Get comfortable in the paint on those mid-range jumpers.
Wells, mid-range, no good. Lenhart trying to fuel a little bit of a spurt here for Utah Valley. They need a bucket desperately. Nothing for the last 4.5 minutes from the field. Toolson ends the skid. Robinson tonight. That's his first three-pointer made in 4 tries.
Yeah, too easy there on the shot. Now one of those second-chance opportunities. That's what the Mavs can't allow.
Robinson down low. Now back outside. Ware on the perimeter. Working against Toolson. (43-43). Nicely done into Toolson.
On high school basketball, and he shows it there, and there's a great pass.
Dominic Nelson no good. The follow. 33-31. Here's Carter Welling from beyond the arc. Back rim no good. Tanner Toolson pulls down the rebound, puts it back up against Coleman. Back there trying to get it to their playmaker. Off the pick and roll, swiped away by Tanner Toolson. The Wolverines are off and running. He'll take it coast to coast, up and in for the...
Right there, got a hand up, and then went and got that board.
Tanner Toolson hands it off to Lenhart. Back to the corner. Here's Toolson from the corner.
Bethesda team is they're not messing around. They came to play tonight, and another knockdown jumper.
Toolson with the drive and the finger roll. And another dime being dropped by Durr.
Yeah, 6'3", playing inside and doing a nice job so far, Vasquez.
And Tate's thought about it for a second. Now Tanner Toolson, he'll let that one fly. And that was pure straight North Dakota, 80-57. And they had 3 games on the road as Bethesda misses And Utah Valley won 2 of those 3 games on the road, defeating Idaho State and then Weber State coming into this game as Toolson. So 56-30. And Bethesda is hard as a fighting of a team as Toolson launches one. Wanted it. Grady's still going to keep it. Now he gives way. Welling going to step into a 3. Rattles in and out, but there for the. Toolson lets it fly. He splashes out. Court for Bethesda in double figures with 12.
Well, one of the things you don't see with Toolson, you don't see it on the stat sheet as he drills another one.
There you go with 9. And Toolson tacks on 2 more.
Up for it, 43-39.
Well, you can see the confidence AJ had stepping in that shot after the one he made earlier.
And his family on the front row behind us loving it. Here is Toolson to answer, and he does. On the season before they start Big Sky Conference play, Jake O'Neill got bottled up underneath. Wanted the contact, didn't get the foul call. Coming the other way, Tanner Toolson working against A.J. Bergen. Kicks it out. Linhart reverses back. Toolson from the corner. That's good. Tanner Toolson.
Welling. Here's Welling again, and he shoots over Nicholson, but the rebound is Salt Lake City and Nevada and all sorts of areas on the west. And a break. Nelson. He has Leonard on his left, drops it back, and it's put in on a full steam.
And touring and things of that nature, so you see him a lot around the arena.
Exactly.
These days.
He comes to football games, and you can't interrupt him during those games, man. He is watching. He is analyzing as the floater.
Carter Welling back on the floor.
Tate's no good. And that's thrown back out on the perimeter. Toolson, he's got a 3.
He must have heard me.
He is up by a deuce. And a fall away is off a tight defense on Kelron House. Driving to the baseline, spinning inside.
Wow.
That was Tanner Tool. House. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He had to hustle it. And it was short from Jerron Pierre.
Boy, they missed a wide open Ituka. You know, Utah Valley's well aware of what Ituka's done the last 2 games as well. You got to give them credit for their 3-point defense.
Look at that. Spinning is Tanner Toolson.
A replay of that, but it was a clear case. There's a nice play. Turn the basketball over a little bit.
Eagle Staff lets one fly, misses, and Osiris Grady with a nice rebound, and he gets the ball right back from Leonard.
Strong 2-handed board there by Osiris.
Toolson almost fell over, regained his another block from the Welling Bros down low. Make that 2 in a row. And Utah Valley's defense has definitely been kicked up a notch. Nelson drives, kicks it back out. Toolson wants the 3. Toolson's got it.
Block. I swear he got that with his head. He was so high.
2 assists, 4 rebounds, 13 points, 5 of 10, 50% from the floor.
Just overall really playing within himself. And here's another guy who's played within himself tonight. And he knocks it down.
Hasn't played a ton this year, so they must have saw something they thought he could bring to the table in this particular matchup.
He turns 21 at the end of the month, does Grady, and there's a baseline pop. Miami, Florida, and Polk State, again, one of the JUCO schools in the Sunshine State. Some pretty good basketball down there. Little long Euro step, rattles around, and he'll tumble on in. As
and in one motion, get it back to Sellers. I think he was caught between a dunk and a layup, maybe. It was a little indecisive.
Potter drawing a crowd, catch and shoot Toolson.
Yeah, that's a little effort, but you can see that Reno's ability to pass. I mean, you get open shots, open looks. I think Stanford will knock those down.
Cardinal regaining the lead, currently on an 8-0 run. Kylan Green setting up Toolson, who drills it.
Here with 2 hands, it shouldn't happen, but Stanford just giving up second chance opportunities for Utah Valley. They're too good to do that.
Yeah, the Wolverines out rebounding Stanford by 3 right now is Toolson. Stinson trying to drive on Nelson. Mitty short. I know it's kind of falling away there. With a cold start for Maxime, now 2 for 7. And 1.
Someone else.
Monty off the dribble. Reverse layup. Misses it. Nice strong rebound by Welling. Toolson almost got trapped down there, but escapes with a pass out to Welling, and they'll reset. Nelson had a strong game on this right wing yesterday in that contest for Sanford. Linhart trying to penetrate, looked like a zone there a little bit. Boy, they call the block to the live, now to White on the right wing. He'll drive to the glass. Left it short. Toolson on the move. Up and over. Beautiful right at Feddersen. That body again gets the friendly roll. It's his day.
We're just
hanging out with him.
So impressed by this kid. He is so good. Such a good scorer. He can do it in so many different ways.
18 for Money out of the 42 for the Bison. Toolson penetrates. Linhart also goes back in there. Pass not tall enough. Tries it again. Throws it to himself. I don't know.
Georgia yesterday. The Bulldogs and Wolverines, as we close out day 2 of this MTE, and the opening tap is controlled by Utah Valley. We are underway. And an early look across the floor. The corner 3 goes down for Tanner Toolson.
So far handling the press very well out there.
Brownell steps out. His 3 a little strong. Long rebound belongs to Toolson. Here come the Wolverines, really setting up in the half court for the first time tonight.
This is it, yeah. 2.5 minutes into this game, and just now getting into the half court offense because they've been beating the half court defense down the floor.
A couple of big post players on the floor for Utah Valley between Potter and Welling, and a pretty teardrop from Tanner Toolson.
Himself open into the middle for that little floater.
Holloway tried to spin it into Brownell, instead turned it over. Toolson leads the charge, flips it up, flips it in. Tanner as well. Josh Holloway got to the glass but couldn't finish. And a rebound belongs to UVU and Osiris Grady, who's checked in. Grady, another big, listed at 6'9". Green across the floor. Toolson connects, and he's got a chance at 4. It back out. Jones along the baseline. Holloway carved out space, couldn't finish. The tip no good as well. And here come the Wolverines, 3-on-2. Toolson, the open shooter. He's got it. Team, that's now 15 blocks this year. Top 20 mark in the country. Toolson flips it up and in. Second time in this set at 5. Pick and pop. Osiris Grady sets the feet. Too strong on the 3. Offensive board for the Wolverines. Toolson drives and got there.
Nice.
It would serve themselves well to get this thing in some transition against this much bigger team and utilize their athleticism.
Three ball if it goes. Nothing but the ball pulls it down.
Good offensive rebound by Ellington.
Wood a little bit off the mark on the 3. Here's the feed. Underneath, Toolson lays it up and in.
Racers got Wood for last year was close to 40% from the line, so that's not a surprising shot there.
Toolson on the drive. Nice bank shot. Nice move. Crossing the lane. Short jumper is up and it's not there. Put back up and in by Potter.
a young team here for UTEP. They lost their top 2 scorers from last year. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
But they brought back 7 of the other 8.
Yeah, Utah Valley, on the other hand, 12 new faces and only 4 returners. And Toolson left open for a three-pointer. And when he can... Carter with the drive. Potter can't get the rebound. Leonard there. However, he does. And almost looked like he traveled there, Leonard did. And Toolson with the drive in Utah Valley. Welling. Now here comes UTEP. Driving in the paint. Dishing. And another turnover here. Toolson. Bodies all over the place. Got to get it past the half-court line. And they barely do. Toolson kick out to Nelson. Nelson can calm things down here for his squad.
Good decision.
Green out to Welling. Welling bounce pass wide open. Toolson in the corner. And Camper will make both.
And that's where that foul so far away from the basket really hurts you in this bonus. Hasn't been the cleanest of first halves for either team. Plenty of free throws, I'm sure, to be had in these last 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
34-20, Utah Valley with the 14-point lead. Nice cross-court pass to Toolson. His final 30 seconds underway. And what's most impressive is you look at him and he's not, terribly physically imposing, but 7 of those 8 rebounds were all defensive rebounds. And Toolson sets up another one and lets that one fly.